My name is Jim Thomas, and welcome to the Fitness Management Update. Our topic today is 6 techniques to help you with gym time management. Now, number one on our list is you want to set very specific, very measurable, and achievable goals and then commit them to paper. One of the big mistakes we see when it comes to doing some of this is the word specific really comes to mind here, is we have a tendency to be very general about these things and very vague about them. So set your goals very specific, make sure they can be measured and they're achievable. Make sure they're high. You've got to reach for them, but make sure they're within that reach, okay? And then commit them to paper, write them down. And you might even take that a step further. People that are the best, I think, at this, they'll literally write their goals down twice a day, first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening. The more you do this, the more you keep this at the forefront, the greater chance you're going to accomplish this. Next is you want to develop a detailed plan on how you're going to achieve these goals. Write this out. And, these goals, these tangible goals, even intangible goals, what is the detailed plan to reach this? And one of the things you want to remember, as you're going through the process of this, and maybe you're halfway through the month, you're not quite, projecting to hit your goals, the big mistake we see so many folks make is they'll lower their goals thinking, oh, I set them too high, I'm not going to be able to reach them. And that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Never lower the goal. What you want to do is raise the action plan to help you hit those goals. Number three, list everything on paper that needs to be done before you get to work that next morning. What needs to be done that next day, when you hit the gym, when you get to the club, what must be done, write it down, be ready to go. You get to work, now prioritize this list. What needs to be done first, and maybe what can I delegate, to somebody else. You want to concentrate on getting one thing done at a time. You don't want to have a bunch of incompleted projects you're working on at the same time. Concentrate on one thing at a time, complete that project, before you start the next one. And finally, and this may be one of the biggest ones of all with as far as being specific and measurable and things like this, but you must develop a sense of urgency. Do it now. You must become that can-do person. When you decide to do it, it's almost like the moment you decide to do it, you're already started to do it. Okay, and it's being completed. So we develop that sense of urgency. And that sense of urgency, that's what's going to make your desires real. Because just to want something, just to have desires, is not going to be good enough. There's going to have to be a sense of urgency attached with that to make sure that you see this through and that you accomplish, your goals and the things that you set out to achieve. My name is Jim Thomas, and this has been the Fitness Management Update.